Turkey warplanes launch strikes on Afrin. Turkish warplanes have launched airstrikes on Kurdish positions in northern Syria, in a move likely to cause tensions with the US. Turkey wants to oust these Kurdish fighters from Syria's Afrin region, which lies near its southern border. It considers them a terrorist group. But some were US allies in the battle against the Islamic State group. Turkey had been shelling the area for 2 days, ahead of its declaration of a military operation on Saturday. Russia, a key military figure in the region, says it is concerned by the development and has relocated some of its troops based in the region. Officials earlier said Moscow would not interfere in the conflict. Syria has previously warned against any operation and said it would shoot down Turkish planes. Why is Turkey's president threatening US-backed groups? The Kurdish YPG Syrian Kurdish People's Protection Units has been a key part of the battle against the group calling itself the Islamic State in Syria and has been backed by the United States. Turkey, however, believes the group has links to the banned Kurdistan Workers' Party PKK and has for several months been threatening to clear Kurdish fighters from Afrin and another city, Manbij, which lies 100 kilometers away. The Kurds have held Afrin since 2012. Turkey's military plans seem to have been accelerated by an announcement from the US that it will help the Syrian Democratic Forces SDF, an alliance against IS of which the YPG is a member, build a new border security force to prevent the return of IS. The YPG and SDF deny any terrorist links, a claim backed by the US government. But President Recep Tayyip Erdogan called the border force a terror army. Disagreement over the Kurdish fighters has created a sharp division between the NATO allies. The US State Department has appealed for calm and attempted to downplay portrayals of a new border force, instead characterizing the new development as security training. We do not believe that a military operation serves the cause of regional stability, Syrian stability, or indeed Turkish concerns about the security of their border, it said. What is happening in Afrin? On Saturday, the Turkish army announced that a new campaign, dubbed Olive Branch, had launched at 1400 hours GMT, targeting the YPG and its jihadists. The operation would be carried out with respect for Syria's territorial integrity. It added, pro-Turkey rebels, known as the Free Syrian Army, also began moving into the area, according to the state-run Anadolu news agency. A spokesperson for the YPG told Reuters a number of people had been injured in the strikes so far, but it is not yet clear how many. Turkey's military has been shelling the area since Thursday, a move which it said was in response to fire coming from the area. On Saturday, the SDF accused Turkey of using the bombardment as a smokescreen ahead of launching an offensive. A spokesperson for the group told Reuters news agency that it would have no choice but to defend itself if attacked. Rizan Habu, of the Syrian Democratic Council in Afrin, told BBC Arabic that residents were seeking shelter. When the villages in Afrin are shelled, the civilians including women and children are forced to leave their houses and go to the relatively safer surrounding open space and farmland till the shelling stops. He said, the YPG and the civilians will defend Afrin to the last moment. Afrin is isolated from 2 other self-declared Kurdish autonomous cantons, Kobani and Jazira. Turkish-backed rebel forces took over a 100 km 60-mile area separating the territories after driving out IS in 2016, so driving out Kurdish fighters would significantly expand Turkey's area of control in the region. How are Russia and the US reacting? Russia's foreign ministry says it is concerned by news of the offensive and is urging restraint. Russian Senator Franz Klintsevich, who is the deputy chairman of the Defense and Security Committee, earlier told Interfax news agency that Moscow will only respond if Russian bases in Syria are threatened. He said that Russia has been placed in a difficult situation, as it has good relations with both Damascus and Ankara. Turkey's military and intelligence chiefs had been trying to get Russia's agreement to allow Turkish planes to use the Russian-controlled airspace above Afrin. Such consent is seen as essential for any Turkish operation. Moscow is a key ally of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and has a contingent of soldiers at the airport in the center of Afrin. It is not yet clear if Russia's claim that it will not interfere precludes allowing use of its airspace. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu has reportedly discussed the military offensive with U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, as did Turkey's Chief of Military Staff with his U.S. and Russian counterparts. However, no details of the conversations have been provided. Source: BBC News.